Hope y'all are having a great day out there, guys. We have brought down the Traxxas XMAXX to the motocross track. It's a bright, early morning, beautiful day out right now. And guys, we haven't had the XMAXX out in a little while and haven't brought it down here since the track's been redone. And a lot of people ask me about seeing this thing launch off the monster jump and how it took it. And we're launching the Creighton 8S off of there, and the Creighton 8S took it like a champ. And even had some close calls with that thing. But she came home in one piece. So we're gonna see if the Traxxas XMAXX can do the same thing. We're gonna try not to go too crazy right at the bat, have a little fun with this thing down here and give it some rips. But should be a good time. Let's see how she holds up, guys, so stay tuned. And guys, we are running lots of upgrades on the Traxxas XMAXX. We have got the Hobby Wing Max 5 combo in with the 1100 kV motor with the Vitavon gear set, some hot racing bits and pieces. The steering link servo down here are changed out with a hot racing aluminum because I kept breaking that. And last time I had her out with the new copper heads on here, I liked it. It was running nice, it handled good, so hopefully I get some good luck today also. All right, guys, we're gonna get her out here and give her a few warm-up jumps. This berm has been smoothing out quite nicely. See how the old XMAXX handles it. Man, this track, they've been down here running this track all day yesterday. I stopped by here on my way up to the skate park, and they were down here ripping this track. It's definitely getting quite worn in, but that's right there, the jump. We're gonna see how the old XMAXX takes that sucker. All right, give our first few jumps here. Oh, right into the berm down there. The air control, I've been liking the air control a lot better now with these tires versus those Proline belted tires. The belted tires, yeah, they didn't blow off the rims, but oh geez, but these definitely got far better air control. But I got to be a little bit more careful with the throttle. Trying to experiment around a little bit here and find some different jumps too, because after they changed all this around, there's been some good, bad. Whoa, man, geez, I think took one nasty bounce around. Woo! You know the lines are deep when an XMAXX is getting itself buried and can't get itself out. This place is well ran in. All right, guys, well, enough messing around. I brought a couple extra cars with me in case we kill the XMAXX early, but before I break it, I want to at least get one of these jumps in on this thing, so let's give it to it. Woo, man! Holy cow, did the XMAXX has some hang time. Wow. And guys, yeah, the back end kicked hard off of here. Luckily, I had lots of time in the air to correct it and just tapped the brakes and landed it for the front flip. Woo, man, that was close. All right, guys, well, the XMAXX took the first one there pretty good. Haven't checked it, but let's give it another one. It just died in the air. It just completely, I lost everything, guys. I have no idea what just happened. But in a miracle, I don't know how many front flips that just was, but it did land on its wheels, but that was not pretty. Well, guys, she landed down here. I have to relook at the video to see how this thing, it looked like it landed relatively flat, or maybe just a tiny bit heavy on the back end. But one thing I've already noticed is the front, what do you want to call this? A steering link cover. I forget what this thing's called, guys. But at any rate, it is split right down the middle. And there goes my cell phone. Lovely. But so far, other than that, she's alive. Somehow this connection came undone, and it was super tight to put on. I don't know how it came out. All right, well, like all the other cars, we sent across here, trying to make it over to there, which we haven't cleared the whole thing yet, but now we're gonna give the XMAXX its turn. Woo! Man! She flew pretty good though. Holy cow! It did, she got some nice air off of that thing. All right, well, she's surviving the first few jumps pretty good. Hasn't been jumping and landing the prettiest sometimes. Well, I wouldn't even say landing, been fine, but the initial takeoff, for some reason, I have been having a rough time with. Let's give it another one. Oh, that just did it. Wow. Man, I don't know what's going on, but I cannot get this thing to fly nice and flat off of this jump. Nice. Oh, I just seen a lipo fly out. All right, well, here's one of our battery packs. I don't know what, I guess the battery door must have opened up. Yep. All right, well, chuck the battery back in here and assess the rest of it. That was a pretty ugly landing. It had front bulkheads completely sheared off. The rear seems to be intact. Yeah, both sides of the front are completely snapped. Steering link snapped. Looks like the chassis, and from what I can see, the bulkhead's always a mystery until you start tearing it apart. But we're gonna put the batteries back in this thing, and we're gonna run her till she's done. All right, well, we gave her a few cents off of there. It kind of took it. And I just, guys, to be honest with you, I hate the air control in this car anymore. It's just, I don't know if it's the gearing, it's the motor, or if it's just the car, but I hate the air control in this car. It's like the tires have helped, but this thing is just so touchy and hard to control in the air. It really is. We got the wind kicking up now. But let's go find some other stuff to send her off of. All right, we're gonna come over here to this side jump, give her a few launches off of here. Yeah, I don't know what it is, guys. I don't know what I need to change on this thing. If it's the motor, gearing. I mean, I messed with the gearing a lot. And she kind of took a hard nosedive on that one. It was hitting the gas, it just wouldn't come around the rest of the way. Well, the XMAXX is taking a beating out here today, I'll say that. All right, let's try that again and see if it can land on its wheels this time. But guys, this is my issue with the XMAXX versus the Kraton 8S or the Outcast. The XMAXX is great in its stock form. Man, the XMAXX, this thing just wants to pull front flips instead of air control, apparently. But the XMAXX is great in its stock form. It doesn't quite go fast enough to kill itself, but if you want this thing to fly, you know, on big jumps like this, or to go a lot faster, the things you have to do to it make it harder to... Oh, there we go. Make it a little bit harder to, how do I want to say this? Man, she's just taking some rolls. Sorry, I can't get the words out of my mouth. But you start pushing the limits of the plastic chassis is what I kind of think I want to say. Is that it's not... That was beautiful. That one was a nice... She jumped and landed that beautifully. There we go. Oh, man, that battery connection, I don't get it, guys. It's really tight going on, but it's the same one that keeps popping off. I'll have to take a look at it again. Well, guys, I thought the battery connection came undone, but it came done in a different way. It snapped off. Solder job was bad, but I mean, these have been on there for quite some time. Or, nah, I don't think it could have reached the gears. But anyway, guys, I lost the lead on my 4S battery, and I only brought 2 4S's with me. But at any rate, I guess that's going to do it for the XMAXX. I might bust out the Typhon or one of the other cars I brought with me. But guys, I mean, she took some nasty hits out there. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, that's a big jump. I know sometimes the video does not do this justice at all, But I mean, it's a big jump and it's a big drop, and definitely need a new front bulkhead and shock towers, or at least the upper shock towers. I might not have broken the bulkhead with that modification from Rich Duperbash, and I actually don't think the bulkhead did break. It's just the shock towers. And I need a new servo saver plate, or whatever you call that thing, which I actually have one of those at home. So if that's all that's wrong, all in all, the damage isn't too bad. And finally get some decent launches with the XMAXX out here, and I had some fun. The air control, it's really weird, because I'm trying to explain this and I'm sorry for yakking here, but the air control on this thing is different from every car I have. It's like you either got this all or nothing. You know, if you start getting out of control, you try to just ease on the brakes, it doesn't ease on. It's a real quick sudden spike. You start going forward, you try to hit that gas, and it's like you don't get anything until you give it full throttle, and then it's really out of control. I'm sure you guys know what I mean. Anyway, I'm gonna take this thing back to the car, and we'll see what we're gonna do next. All right, guys, well, we got her back to the truck here, and I was gonna bust out another car in this video, but I already see we're getting up there in some time, and you know, kind of wanted to come out today and have a little fun with the XMAXX and get a video put together for this, because it hasn't had a video in a while. And it is fun, but I need to work on something with the gearing on this thing, or the motor. And if anybody out there has any ideas, please drop a comment down below. But the best way to describe it, I have no mid-range. I have lots of low end, and I have some top end, but not until full throttle. But that in-between spot is just gone, especially whenever you're already, you know, half trigger. It's dead. It's either all or nothing with this thing, and it's kind of crazy, and it's hard to control in that manner. But guys, I was just looking this thing over. I need a new set of shock towers, which are easy to fix, and I need this new cover for the servo saver and linkage. That's all I can see so far. Thanks, traffic. They always come blowing past whenever I'm out here. I am right beside a major road. Anyway, besides that, I was looking at the bulkheads and where they normally break, and everything looks solid. So it definitely looks like the M2C Racing center brace definitely is doing its job, because on those massive launches and jumps, I was always busting these ears off, and you would start seeing hairline cracks down to the chassis here and in the front bulkheads. And all of that, where I usually find breaks, I don't have any. The things I do have are pretty minor and cheap fixes. So all in all, she held up pretty good to those jumps, and I'm surprised. But I had a lot of fun with it, and gave me a few little repairs, and she'll be back up and running. But guys, that's gonna do it. We are gonna bust up probably in the next video the new Traxxas sledge. I know we've had a lot of content on this thing lately, but I got new gearing under this thing and some different stuff, and I want to run it, because last time I had it out was the ramp, and it felt a little bit under geared. So I went up to a bigger pinion, and we're gonna see how she rips. And also, since that big jump is smooth, we're gonna launch the Typhon 6S off of there, hopefully. The grind clearance is low, but the jump looks pretty smooth, and we're gonna give it. But anyway, guys, sorry, I'm rambling, but that's gonna do it, guys. So until next time, y'all be safe, be careful out there. Peace out, everybody.